we are what the future is for women.
Yeah.
And I look at having my daughters and...
Demi Moore flipped the script on Ashton Kutcher in a way no one saw coming. At 62, she dragged him straight to the Supreme Court after exposing secrets that changed everything we thought we knew about their past. This isn't just another celebrity feud. Insiders say Demi uncovered something so shocking that she had no choice but to take legal action at the highest level. What dark truths did she discover? Why is Ashton suddenly in the hot seat, and how did their seemingly closed chapter spiral into a full-blown courtroom battle? Join us as we uncover the scandal shaking Hollywood to its core. A message from the universe. Demi Moore gave a moving acceptance speech that hit home with everyone there. Her 3 daughters watched from the audience as she opened up about her private struggles in Hollywood. In the book, she talks about how she felt she needed to, and how she felt like it was something expected of her, which has pretty much been my exact story. Early in her career, she shared how a producer had called her just a popcorn actress. She revealed that she had believed those words, which had corroded her to the point where she had thought that maybe Hollywood was done with her. Being labeled untalented haunted her every success. Even with hit movies and millions in earnings, she could not get over the imaginary threshold in her head. Even the magazine covers and shoots could not silence the fact that Hollywood directors had written her off. Despite commanding Hollywood's highest paychecks and dominating the box office in the 90s, she still could not shake the rumors that she was just a pretty face who got lucky. The right movie role came along just when she needed it most. This project was different. It pushed boundaries and got her excited about acting again. Reading the script was a turning point. She told fans it helped her stop doubting herself and being so self-critical. She realized she didn't need to feel bad about getting older or where her career was headed. The role felt like a sign that she still had more to offer, giving her work fresh meaning. Just when the world seemed ready to write her off, she rewrote the rules. How did her story prove that even in Hollywood, reinvention is always possible? A powerful comeback. Demi Moore's Golden Globe win was not just another award but her big Hollywood comeback. This is the first time I've ever won anything as an actor, and I'm just so humbled and so grateful. After her brutal breakup with Ashton Kutcher, which ended up in a long court brawl, things fell apart for her. The divorce got ugly fast, and while the tabloids picked apart their 8-year relationship, her ex-husband's star kept rising. However, that was not the case for her because she practically vanished from the screen, turning down role after role. A while back, she had opened up about hitting rock bottom, struggling with addiction, and watching her weight drop to dangerous levels. Her kids even stopped talking to her for a while. The media was not kind either, running unflattering photos and harsh headlines about her meltdown. It got so bad she had to check herself into rehab for exhaustion and substance abuse. Her career took a real hit during those dark years. The roles dried up, and she was left high and dry. On the other hand, her ex-husband Kutcher's star power exploded with leading roles in The Butterfly Effect and MTV's Punk'd. The contrast was brutal. Moore, who once earned $12 million per movie, watched from the sidelines as her ex-husband grabbed magazine covers and leading roles. Each new headline about his success pushed her deeper into darkness. She felt herself disappearing, haunted by the thought that Hollywood, her family, and even time itself were racing ahead without her. Hollywood loves a comeback story, but timing is everything. Could this twist of fate be any more perfect? The biggest fallout. Fast forward a few years, and Demi Moore's luck has finally turned around. While karma caught up with her ex-husband, their lives have taken dramatically different paths. She is now enjoying well-deserved success while he struggles to maintain his once promising career. Let's move on to this. Ashton Kutcher tweeting some cryptic messages that seem to be in response to claims made against him by ex-wife Demi Moore in her new book. Demi claims Ashton cheated on her, and the couple had 2 threesomes. It is a complete flip of their past fortunes. The days of Ashton Kutcher as the breakout star from that 70s show, charming audiences with his youthful appeal, are long gone. Her ex-husband's latest Netflix rom-com, Your Place or Mine, bombed when it dropped on February 23. Critics panned both the story and his performance, marking a sharp decline for an actor who once ruled Hollywood. And as though his career hitting a low point was not enough, he and his new girlfriend worsened things by choosing the wrong side of justice. The couple wrote letters supporting their old friend Danny Masterson. Danny, from the movie called That 70s Show, had just been sentenced to 30 years in prison for abusing 2 women back in the early 2000s. It was a huge mistake for them to take his side. People were furious that they had defended someone convicted of such serious crimes. Their reputation collapsed almost overnight. Fans who once adored them now turned their backs, and Hollywood quickly distanced itself from the couple. For Ashton, it felt like his public image was completely destroyed. The fall from grace was fast, and the effect was brutal. When it seemed Ashton's public image couldn't take another hit, the cracks in his carefully crafted persona grew even more profound, revealing professional missteps that would haunt him long after the headlines faded. How it all started? It is no secret that Demi Moore dominated Hollywood in the 1990s. She starred in one hit after another: Ghost, Indecent Proposal, Striptease, and G.I. Jane. She took on so many roles that people started calling her Gimme More, according to the New York Times in 2010. She seemed unstoppable at the time, until romance became her main focus. After meeting Ashton Kutcher in 2003, Demi hit the brakes on her booming career. Their whirlwind romance set Hollywood on fire. The media could not get enough of them. When they married at their Beverly Hills home in September 2005, it was the talk of the town. But something had to give. Demi, once Hollywood's busiest star, went completely quiet from 2003 to 2006. She vanished from movies, a massive shift for someone who used to grab every role she could get. When she got tired of people comparing her to her husband in 2006, she returned to acting with a movie titled Bobby, directed by Emilio Estevez. The film, which also featured a brief appearance by Ashton, marked her cautious but ineffective re-entry into Hollywood. Despite the star-studded cast, Bobby received lukewarm reviews from critics, failing to reignite the same acclaim Demi once commanded. Having talent didn't matter anymore. The prominent roles disappeared one by one. How did the spotlight that once followed her every move go dark? The dead zone for women in Hollywood had arrived. Her career took another major hit with Half-Light, in which she played a writer dealing with her son's death in Scotland. But the movie was a total disaster. Critics brutally reviewed it, and it never even made it to US theaters, going straight to DVD. The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw was particularly harsh, basically telling her to pretend the movie never happened. It was a stark reminder of how unforgiving Hollywood can be to actresses as they age. In 2010, Moore candidly spoke to the New York Times about her career struggles. Finding good roles seemed impossible. Hollywood's obsession with youth was working against her, making it incredibly difficult to land meaningful parts. She was exposing a harsh reality: the film industry routinely pushes older actresses to the sidelines, trapped by outdated views about who deserves the spotlight. Yet, Demi Moore has become a powerful symbol of resilience, reclaiming her place and proving that talent doesn't have an expiration date. How did she move past the stereotype? While Demi battled to stay relevant in an industry turning its back on her, Ashton's star kept rising. His face was on every billboard, his name on everyone's lips. She pushed through audition after audition, hoping for that one role to bring her back. And all of a sudden, this window opened up where I was safe. I had money. He loved my children. It wasn't something he feared. He seemed to be comfortable with the enormity of the ex-husband. I mean, I felt like I was not coming with baggage. I had trunks, she once said. But Hollywood had other plans. Sure, she put on a brave face, telling ELLE magazine in 2010 that she and her husband were equals. But behind the headlines, the cracks were already showing. Their marriage was falling apart, just like their careers. In 2011, they announced their split, ending their Hollywood fairy tale. Their different paths in the entertainment world ultimately drove them apart. In 2012, Ashton filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The situation got interesting when Demi asked Ashton for spousal support and help with legal fees. It was a dramatic turn for someone who was once Hollywood's highest-paid actress. Her slowing career meant she now needed financial support, a far cry from her previous success. Her request for spousal support blew up into a media frenzy, adding another explosive layer to their already messy public breakup. What had started as Hollywood's most talked-about romance, an older actress and a younger heartthrob who seemed perfect together, crashed and burned in spectacular fashion. Behind their red carpet smiles and coordinated social media posts were cheating rumors that transformed their private pain into a full-blown tabloid spectacle, revealing how quickly fame and fortune can unravel, even for the seemingly untouchable Hollywood elite. While the divorce itself did not shock many, what happened in court left everyone stunned. Their marriage hit rocky ground in 2011 when cheating rumors exploded into the spotlight. Sarah Leal went public with claims about a night with Kutcher, and suddenly, their relationship drama was everywhere, splashed across magazines, gossip sites, and TV shows. Moore and Kutcher tried to keep it together in public, showing up at events side by side like nothing was wrong. But behind the scenes, things were unraveling fast. All those pictures of the happy couple started to feel like ancient history as more details came out. Leal, an administrative assistant from San Diego, claimed she didn't know Kutcher was still married to Demi Moore. She described how Kutcher made his move on her while she was out with friends, completely catching her by surprise. Moments later, she and another woman joined him in a hot tub. Leal insisted the whole situation felt totally normal to her, and she wasn't embarrassed talking about it. Media outlets began publishing stories about alleged issues in Kutcher and Moore's marriage. While both parties initially maintained their privacy, public speculation intensified. The situation appeared to take a particular toll on Moore, who had invested deeply in the relationship. As the public became heavily interested in their relationship, the personal and emotional challenges became evident to observers, and they went their separate ways. After the split, Kutcher began dating someone else, and although he tried to keep it a secret, his new relationship quickly became public, with photos of the new couple popping up in the press. The timing and visibility of their romance created additional tension, especially as Kutcher's new relationship drew constant media coverage while his marriage to Moore was still fresh in the public's memory. Demi had to find strength to heal from the betrayal, but with the past still haunting her, the question remains, could she truly move on from the wounds, or would it leave a lasting scar? Betrayal, fortune, and regret. Although Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher never had children together, their divorce was far from simple, with high financial stakes. At the time of their split, Ashton was the highest-paid actor on U.S. television, boasting a fortune estimated at $135 million, thanks to his success on 2.5 Men and various business ventures. Demi's net worth, however, was slightly higher, sitting around $150 million due to her blockbuster hits from the 80s and 90s. The drama deepened when sources revealed that Ashton, who had built much of his fame during their marriage, didn't feel he needed to share his wealth. After they married, he had made significantly more money than Demi, but sources said he refused to acknowledge how their relationship had launched him into superstardom. He simply didn't think he owed her anything from his growing fortune. By November 2013, they reached a deal. Neither would pay spousal support, but the bitter feelings lingered. The split took an even sharper turn when Ashton moved on almost immediately, and just 4 months after the divorce papers were signed, he was spotted everywhere with Mila Kunis, a relationship that started in 2012. Their quick march to marriage in July 2015 rubbed salt in old wounds. In her 2019 memoir, Inside Out, Demi pulled back the curtain on her tumultuous marriage to Ashton, revealing painful details about betrayal and self-sacrifice. She admitted to giving up her sobriety to show Ashton how fun she could be and alleged that he was unfaithful on multiple occasions. One of the most shocking claims was that Ashton cheated on her with a woman he had met at a bowling alley and later cited blurred lines in their relationship as justification. Ashton has never publicly responded to these allegations, leaving Demi's account unchallenged in the public eye. As Ashton entered his picture-perfect new chapter, Demi faced a more challenging road ahead. Her journey wasn't about finding someone new but about finding herself again after years of putting her needs last and dealing with heartbreak. Ashton is no stranger to controversies. In February 2001, he was dating Ashley Ellerin when she was tragically unalived. Years later, in 2019, he testified at the trial of suspected attacker Michael Gargiulo. He shared that on the night the incident happened, he had gone to pick her up for a date, but she never answered the door. His testimony helped investigators pinpoint the time of her passing. In July 2021, Gargiulo was found guilty and given the capital punishment. Since his highly publicized split from Demi Moore, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher got engaged in February 2014, and she gave birth to their daughter that October. They married in July 2015 and welcomed their son in November 2016. He has been entangled in controversies that have cast a long shadow over his once flawless public image. His connections to disgraced figures like rapper P. Diddy, who faces serious charges, and former co-star Danny Masterson have raised eyebrows. During a 2019 appearance on Hot Ones, Kutcher was surprisingly tight-lipped about his wild nights with Diddy. Host Sean Evans tried to dig up some juicy stories about the New Yorker's legendary parties, but Kutcher stayed silent. He admitted there were stories he couldn't share, hinting at more than he was willing to reveal. Their connection wasn't just about celebrity parties, it ran deeper, significantly impacting both their careers. Diddy has faced numerous legal challenges, including allegations of misconduct and harassment. Multiple civil lawsuits have been filed against him, including a notable case with his former producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones. His ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura resolved her claims through an out-of-court settlement. Despite this, the backlash hit Ashton like a tidal wave. People were furious that he would be associated with Diddy. The whole thing stained his public image, making people wonder what he stands for when the cameras aren't rolling. In Hollywood, where public perception is everything, Kutcher's recent controversies serve as a sobering reminder that fame and integrity don't always go hand in hand. Demi's big Golden Globes moment came when she presented alongside Taylor Swift at the 2024 awards. She looked amazing in a black sequin Saint Laurent dress, and people couldn't stop talking about how great she looked. But what got attention was how comfortable and happy she seemed, different from the tough times she'd been through. The media went crazy over her glow-up, and suddenly, she was back in the spotlight for all the right reasons. Social media lit up with people saying how incredible it was to see her thriving again. After years of navigating personal and professional challenges, Demi's performance in The Substance has reignited critical and commercial acclaim, with the film grossing an impressive $77 million worldwide. It's a powerful comeback story that showcases not just her enduring talent but also her fearless choice to tackle complex, boundary-pushing roles. In the feminist horror film, Demi takes on the role of Elizabeth Sparkle, a once-beloved Hollywood star whose aerobics show is abruptly cancelled after she turns 50, a raw commentary on the industry's obsession with youth. Desperate to reclaim her fading fame and beauty, she steps into a role that mirrors the resilience and evolution she has displayed in her own life. Elizabeth turns to a black-market drug called The Substance, designed to create a younger version of the user's body, complete with its consciousness. The twist? The two versions must swap places every 7 days, blurring the lines between identity, vanity, and self-worth. Demi's portrayal of Elizabeth is haunting and fearless, delving into many women's brutal realities in a youth-obsessed culture. This movie hits differently because it feels real. Demi isn't just acting, she's showing what it's like to deal with Hollywood's pressure, something she knows firsthand. The way she plays this role makes you forget she's acting. Everything about it feels authentic because she's lived it. With The Substance, she's not just making a comeback, she's showing everyone a new side of herself. Winning at the Golden Globes proves what many already knew: Demi Moore is not going anywhere. She is stronger than ever, doing things her way, and this is just the beginning, forging a new future. 2024 marked a triumphant return for Moore, who dominated screens big and small with 3 powerhouse roles. She stepped into the glamorous world of high society as socialite and Woodward in the FX anthology feud, Capote vs. The Swans, bringing to life one of New York's most infamous figures. Not stopping there, she joined forces with acclaimed creator Taylor Sheridan for his sweeping oil industry drama Landman on Paramount+, playing a woman navigating the brutal world of Texas oil money. Throughout her career, Moore has racked up an impressive collection of awards and nominations. She won a Golden Globe and was nominated 3 other times. She's also been in the running for most of Hollywood's biggest honors: an Oscar nomination, a BAFTA nod, consideration for an Emmy, and recognition from the Directors Guild. Add to that nominations for 2 Critics' Choice Awards, 2 Independent Spirit Awards, and 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards. Pretty remarkable for someone who started out as a soap opera actress. Moore has put her star power to work for good causes over the years. She's backed organizations fighting AIDS, human trafficking, and poverty. She works with groups like UNICEF and Artists for Peace and Justice to help kids and families worldwide. In 2010, she even went head-to-head with Kevin Bacon in the Pepsi Refresh Celebrity Challenge, and won. That victory earned $250,000 for GEMS, a group that helps young women who've survived sex trafficking get back on their feet. In addition to winning when it comes to giving back, Moore doesn't just talk the talk, she shows up and makes things happen. She is now Hollywood's golden sweetheart, making the world smile. When disaster struck Haiti in a devastating earthquake, Moore did not just send thoughts and prayers, she went there herself with Artists for Peace and Justice to help. Back home, she works with Chrysalis, rolling up her sleeves to help homeless people find jobs. But she took her biggest stand against modern slavery as part of CNN's Freedom Project. She traveled all the way to Nepal to meet Anuradha Koirala. She did not just write checks, she showed up, saw the problems firsthand, and used her fame to shine a light on causes that needed attention. Moore stepped up her fight against human rights violations against children by narrating CNN's hard-hitting documentary Nepal's Stolen Children. She did not just stay behind the camera, she got involved, interviewing Nepal's prime minister and talking directly with young girls who had been rescued from exploitation. Her activism hit a bump when PETA called her out for wearing fur, putting her on their worst-dressed list. But Moore turned it around, later joining PETA's campaign to stop circus workers from using bullhooks on elephants. It shows how she has grown as an activist, willing to change her stance and fight for what's right. Instead of just lending her name to causes, she built the DNA Foundation from scratch, bringing major players like Justin Timberlake, Sean Penn, and Bradley Cooper along for the ride. But that was just the beginning. The foundation evolved into Thorn, Digital Defenders of Children, and this wasn't a typical celebrity vanity project. She built technology that actually worked, helping law enforcement track down thousands of kids in danger. What do you think about Demi Moore's incredible comeback? And can Ashton Kutcher ever bounce back from the scandals that have overshadowed his career? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the following video showing on your screen, you will enjoy it.